So Zankus had just appeared, and quite dramatically levitated his pipe out of his pocket into his lip and had it magically light itself, and introduces himself as Zankus Wildbeard, one of the ruling mages on the Council of Haven, and goes on to tell them about a lost fort that had actually been on the grounds of his very manor, that had been sealed years ago when he wanted them to gain access to, so they could use it as a facility for training to increase Haven's guard and military power. And before they even have a chance to disagree or say, "Hey, what do we get out of this?" He goes, I'm just so thrilled that you've all come. And he says, well, I think it was Andrus who asked me, well, when would you like us to go on this expedition, whatever? And he says, now that you mention it, I think now. And just as he snaps his fingers, Zankus, the table, the lavish dining hall, everything disappears. And they're all just sitting in 6 chairs in a semicircle in a dark, unlit room. And they're just dumbstruck. They're just like, what the hell just happened? And it was Valeth that stood first and just kicked over his chair. He's frustrated. And he sees that there's a door before them in this dark, poorly lit room. And as he approaches it, torches light their way down the stairs and leading in front of him. And so they decide, well, we can't just sit here in the chairs all night. And they approach these stairs, and I'd actually set this stairwell up as a chance to gather the group or force attention, something like that, if it was needed. Fortunately, I had everyone's attention. The party was going well. So I still had the final. I asked them what their marching order was, and had the final member roll me a acrobatics check as he trips on the top step of the stairs, and he succeeded, which was fine, just not nearly as fun as it could have been, having him topple down the stairs, taking everyone with him, dealing him trap damage. But that's okay. It's okay. I'll have my fun. So they make it to the bottom of the stairs and to the entrance of this fort or keep or whatever we want to call it, and find a medium-sized room with 3 braziers lighting it on either side of the room. And at the back of the room, they see a stone archway with 10 goblins standing in it. I say 10. I mean, really, it's 4 minions. They hardly count as an encounter. 4 warriors and 2 sharpshooters. Level 4, I believe they all were. Level 2. Level 2, I think they all are. And so the party goes into initiative, and I'm again doing the Chris Perkins way of counterclockwise initiative. Whoever rolls the highest, even with their bonus, they start the round, and we just work around from there. So combat ensues, and they quickly just destroy these minions, and then that's fine. That's what they're there for. And move on to the warriors and sharpshooters, and after a couple turns of combat, take them down as well. They take time to search the bodies and find about 20 gold for each member of the group, and they move on. In the next room, they actually find the main hallway to the entrance of this keep, and again, ever-burning torches light themselves as they're approached, so that the party is actually never without light. And it's not like I was just trying to go Care Bear on them. I'd actually written this into to this backstory of Haven and Arya, that this keep had been enchanted thoroughly. I mean, just heavy, deep magics to ensure comfort and ability to be trained for anyone who was trained in this keep. So they approach, and they make a turn after about 20 feet. And again, this hall is probably about 15-20 feet wide. Goes about 30 feet, turns to the left, still 30 feet wide, goes on about another 80 feet. About halfway down that, there's 2 sets of double doors facing each other, one on either side of the wall and of the hall. And at the very end, they can see in the distance what seems to be a mural painted on the back wall.